Chapter number 2, Just Say Right. After school pictures, we went back to room 9, and I put my head down on my table. There's no such thing as monsters. There's no such thing as monsters. There's no such thing as monsters. I whispered it just to myself over and over, because my very own daddy told me that, and he wouldn't even lie to me. Mrs. said for me to sit up in my chair, and she passed out work for us to do. It was called printing our letters, only I didn't actually feel like doing that. I tapped on my bestest friend named Lucille. Guess what, Lucille? There's no such thing as monsters. There really is not. And so a monster doesn't even live under my bed, probably, right, Lucille? Right? Shh! I'm doing my letters, she said. Only, I know you're doing your letters, Lucille. I just wanted you to tell me about the monster, because he's not even real, right, Lucille? Right? Lucille did not say right. How come you're not saying right, Lucille? Just say right, okay? Just say monsters aren't real, and I won't even bother you anymore. All of a sudden, Lucille did a mad breath at me. Now look what you made me do, Junie B. You made me ruin my big G. I told you not to bother me. And she quick grabbed her paper and runned it over to Mrs. to fix it. I tapped my fingers on my table, and I runned around and I looked behind me. I smiled at a boy named William. Hey, guess what, William? There's no such thing as monsters, and so a monster doesn't even live under my bed probably, right, William? Right? William moved his seat away from me. I followed him in my chair. I'm right, don't you think, William? A monster really doesn't live under my bed, does he? Plus, he doesn't also put his head in my head in his mouth, right? William slided his chair away some more. I scooted after him. Just say right, okay, William? Just say there's not a monster under my bed and I will be on my way. William picked up his chair and he carried it all the way to the middle of the floor. That's how come I had to carry my chair to the middle of the floor too. And I sat down and I smiled very sweet. Right, William? I'm right, aren't I said. Only too bad for me, 'cause just then I felt hands on my shoulders. I looked up. I did a gulp. It was Mrs. Hello, how are you today? I said. Mrs. zoomed my chair back to my table. It was not fun. I quick picked up my pencil. Guess what? I'm going to do my work now, I said. Plus also, I'm not even going to talk because I don't even actually like anyone in this area. Mrs. tapped her foot at me. Love your shoes, I said real soft. Her foot kept tapping. Only just then, a very great thing happened, and it's called the bell rang for the end of school. I hurried up out the door, and then me and my other bestest friend named Grace run to the bus together. Grace, guess what? There's no such thing as monsters, and so I don't even have one under my bed, probably. Right, Grace? Right? That Grace did not say right. That's how come I grabbed her by the shoulders and I jiggled and jiggled her, 'cause I was fed up with these people, that's why. How come you won't say right, Grace? How come nobody will say right? 'Cause I'm getting at the end of my rope with this thing. That Grace took my hands off of her. I can't say right because a monster really might live under your bed, Junie B, she said. My eyes got big and wide at her. No, Grace, no, do not say that. Do not say a monster might live under my bed, 'cause that cannot even be true, or else I would have spotted that guy by now. No, you wouldn't, she said. My big sister said that monsters can turn themselves invisible when you look at them, and so that's how come nobody ever sees them. That Grace looked serious at me. That makes sense, don't you think, huh, Junie B? Right? Just then my throat got dry and my stomach got the shakies. I looked out the window very upset, and I didn't say right. So poor Junie B, she's got all these ideas of monsters in her head, right? And she's getting ready to go home. And what do you think she's worried about? That's right, she's worried about those monsters. Is there any such thing as monsters? No way, Jose. So this story is just for fun. But none of my friends are going to be scared of those monsters, right? Right.